I Sean B. Stola's in the building. Do you feel me? You know, I know this is a late night tap in, man. I had to tap in tonight. It's been a couple of nights, you know what I'm saying? Just been busy, y'all. But shout out to everybody, man. Hey, man. It's like, when you have a lot going on, right? It's like when you have a lot going on, whether it's like work related, relationship related. I mean, I got to tell you, man, sometimes, man, in life, when you have so many different things coming at you, whether it's financial, whether it's relationship based, whether it's, business based, man, it get to you after a while. You know what I mean? And I know we at the end of the year, you feel me? With December, we, a couple of weeks away from Christmas. And, for me, the type of work that I do, this is like the most busiest time of the year for me. You know what I mean? So, it gets challenging, man. It really does. But, the real ones are going to always find a way. The real ones going to really try to figure out how to make things work, even in your most busiest or stressful times. You feel me? Oh, shout out to it's me, Lisa Lee. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Are we talking about game? Absolutely, we talking about good game tonight. Smash up them likes. We absolutely talking good game tonight. And it's like, I gotta say, man, I gotta say this. It's like, I tell you about this too, right? One thing I dislike too. Oh, shout out to Queen. Okay, Queen Shay. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. I know it's super late tap in, but hey, man, I'm here though. I'm here. But look, one thing I hate to hear is when somebody say, "Oh man, don't buy a house. Don't buy a house right now. Interest rates is too high." You know what I'm saying? And my whole thing is, if you can afford it, I would recommend it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can tell y'all from my own personal experience, I bought a house like last year, right? And the interest rates were still super high last year. But I was able to refinance a year later, right? So I was able to drop my interest rate almost by 3%. And I end up saving almost $700 a month. Now, name a place where you can rent at, where you rent at a higher, you pay high rent, and then the next year they say, hey, we're going to lower your rent by $700. Tell me a rental place that does that. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So it's like when somebody tell you, oh, don't buy a house right now, but financially stable, financially you in a position where it would make more sense for you to be an owner than a renter, I would encourage to do so, because long as you can afford that payment and you can hold out to get, wait for a lower interest rate, a lot of times it's more beneficial for you if you can afford it. Now I'm talking about the ones who can afford it. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I don't believe in like one size fit all. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's struggle is different. So when I just don't like when people say, oh man, don't buy a house right now. The interest rates is too high. But guess what? When the interest rates are high, I'm talking about buying a house right now. Talking about a little bit of game on a house. We're going to talk about a different conversations, but when, related to game, but this the game you need to hear too, for those who possibly looking to purchase a home or are considering buying a home. Think about this too. When the interest rates are high, that means you have less competition when you looking at a home, when you're looking to buy a home. A lot of people don't think about that, but when the interest rates are high, that means that the ones that actually looking at a house are the ones that's actually considering to buy, serious buyers to me. You feel me? I mean, on average, right? And then on the flip side, you have less competition because guess what? Once the interest rates go down, it's less if you're trying to buy a house, that they most likely not looking to lower the price because it's too many people that's looking to buy. The demand is high. So when the interest rates are higher, you have less of a demand. That means that now, okay, how can we work on dropping this price to make this more, comfortable for me to buy? You feel me? You don't get that when interest rates are down because everybody, first time home buyers, business people that's looking to flip homes, everybody is looking to buy that exact same house. You feel me? So when the interest rates are higher, a lot of times, in most cases, you're actually better. The interest rate is going to be high. It is what it is, but you can maybe negotiate on the price of the home. They can lower the price, offer you some type of interest, interest rate buybacks where they can lower, give you points towards your closing so you can lower, your interest rate. You can buy down your interest rate. There's so many different things you can do. So I say this when it comes to life, whereas anything where you looking to buy something, don't think of it just because it didn't work for somebody else or somebody got a horror story. If you do your research, you figure out financially what makes sense to you, you might want to look into it. Do you feel me? Amen. Amen. Man, smash up them likes as y'all come on in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. I am Sean B. Stoller. Good game is what I bring to you, okay? So smash up them likes as y'all come on in, y'all. But look, y'all, why is it, man? Why is it? I did a post. I did a post on X. Man, y'all ain't following me on X, man. Y'all doing a disservice to yourself. I gotta tell y'all that. You doing a disservice if y'all ain't following me on X, man. But I had put a quote up. Let me see. See if I can find it, y'all. Hold up, hold up. Let me see if I can find my quote that I had put up, y'all. Yeah, here we go. I think I can find it. Let's see. Let's see. See if I can share the screen. Bear with me for a second. Share screen. Yes. There we go. So I put up this quote. Well, this comment I posted on here. And it says, most women want the boss life with Instagram dreams, meaning you want a guy to make over six figures, but when you can't handle the lifestyle, excuse me, but then you can't handle the lifestyle that comes with it. The man working late hours. The man is taking business trips. The man is being tired when he comes home from work. You know what I'm saying? So basically, this is in reference to some people, or some women in a relationship where they feel like they get with a guy, right? They like the go get it mentality. You know what I'm saying? That guy is a hard worker. That man is a driven person. That man is, you feel me? That man has goals in his life that he want to achieve, right? And a lot of times from even people I work with, you feel me, where when you meet this person, you're excited about how driven they are. You know what I mean? You excited for the fact that, man, this person got a lot going on. This person is really out here having goals for themselves and want to accomplish things in their life, right? And a lot of times, a lot of women are attracted to that, right? So they attracted to it, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh man. And then when they go out, they go to nice restaurants, you feel me, taking nice expensive trips, going different places, staying here, staying there. Everything's good, right? Until that lifestyle becomes normal. And then once that, that thrill kind of, kind of side or kind to, dull down, should we say, right? Now the reality of the relationship is now kicking in, right? Now taking those trips, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they exciting, but not as exciting as they once were at the beginning, because at the beginning phase, you were so excited because this person was driven. But now the reality is y'all may have had a couple of kids, you know what I'm saying, bought a house. So now this man, he's still making good money, but now he has to make sure that the house, the essentials are taken care of. So it's even more for the man to do, whether it's financially or just making sure the family is living a certain type of lifestyle. Because let's be honest, how many women really want to go half on everything in the house? You feel me? You want to go half on a latte at Starbucks? I mean, come on now. Let's be honest, right? So what happens is, in most cases, now, somebody is bored in a relationship. And if the guy is always busy, if the guy is making sure, if they think of it, even if they're a doctor, shout out to anybody that's a doctor, a lawyer, a police, work for the police department, work for the government, you know what I'm saying? Where a military, all these different jobs, even deliveries, your UPSs. I mean, there's so many different companies where their job career is so demanding to where, yeah, they may make good money. Yeah, they're able to do these nice things when you go on vacation, but also that career is very demanding and time consuming. So that same thing that brought you guys together in the sense of the attraction, the allure of each other, and it's like, oh man, I'm with this person that's so driven, they have so much going on, you know what I mean? You're so excited about it, but then it comes to a point where that excitement is not the same anymore, because the reality is that man is mostly gone, or that man has to devote so much time to make sure the house is in order, to make sure the house is moving in a certain accord where everybody is happy, or everybody is satisfied in the sense of you're not struggling. You feel me? So why is it that becomes a problem later on in a relationship? You feel me? Smash up them likes, y'all. So why is that, ladies? You know, anybody want to comment, leave a comment down there for me. I even dropped the link if anybody want to come up on a mic, you know what I'm saying? I can bring y'all on camera if you choose to. So Lisa or Queen Shay, anybody got a comment about what I'm speaking on, let me know. And if not, I can drop the link too. Just let me know. I can bring you up. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, man, it's like the same thing that gets you attracted to it. It's like, why is it such a problem later on in a relationship? You so excited, but then all of a sudden that excitement gets worn down, or the reality of the relationship is now a problem. And I see so many guys go through this situation where, they some of them are even married. I know some guys that's actually married, got married to their woman and stuff. And, at the beginning of the relationship, they was so excited. You feel me? So excited because they got a man that's real driven, and you feel me, have goals, ambitions, and desires they want to achieve. And that's a lot of times that's what attract, a woman to be with the man, right? And it's like that same thing that got you attracted to him is now later on in a relationship is the same problem that you have in a relationship. So what is it, ladies? Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? What is it? Let me know, okay? Because it's crazy, because it's like, on one hand, most women want a guy that's financially stable, right? Because even if the woman is in a good position, what do most of y'all women love to say? Oh, if I'm, if a woman is doing well for herself, she doesn't want a man making less than a certain amount of money, right? So then you get that guy that makes that certain amount of money or above, right? And then at some point you want that man to what? Slow down, or his ambition has to change because he with you. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? We all have dreams, we all have desires, but at the same time, why do why the same thing that attracted you to this man becomes a problem later on in a relationship? You feel me? Like that's the part that trips me out. It's like I was like this when you met me. You know what I mean? It's like if you it's like somebody that want to be a doctor and they finally finish school, they finally, become a doctor, and in a relationship your partner is so supportive of it, only for that to be a problem later on in the relationship. It's like, man, you knew this was my dream. This is what I wanted to do. So why now is it a problem? You feel me? You wasn't complaining when we was taking those trips. You wasn't complaining when you was able to go to the store and buy what you want based on that same desire and drive that I had to make us be in this position. So I don't understand why later on in life that becomes the same thing that attracted you to me. It is the same thing that's now becoming a problem for you. Do you feel me? You know? So just crazy, man. It's crazy, man. That's why I tell anybody, man, in general, man, whatever your goals are, go after that. Because at the end of the day, regardless who stays and who don't stay, at least you can say that what you wanted to do in life, you were able to accomplish it or go after it. You know what I'm saying? Because me personally, I never wanted to be the type to be like, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. You know what I mean? Like I don't like that type of mentality. Like, you know what I'm saying? You wish you would have chose something different, but then you had the opportunity to change it or to choose or make a change, and you didn't do it. And now later on in life, it becomes a problem for you. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, man. You know, that's the crazy part. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how do you handle that? How do you handle those type of situations? You feel me? And it's like, that's a trip, y'all. It's a cold world. Hey, now it's a cold world, man. That's why I say, regardless of whatever's going on, you go after what your goal is, your desire is. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to have to deal with that reality. You know what I'm saying? Good or bad. But it's crazy because it just makes me feel like a lot of people don't truly know what they want, and then they get what they think they want, and then when they see the reality of what they gotten, now that's a problem. So what do you really want? You feel me? It's like you work hard towards this thing, you finally get this thing, and now it's like, oh, I don't know if I want this anymore. Like, okay, so what was the sacrifice for? What are you sacrificing? What's your reason for sacrificing what you was, you know what I mean? What you were giving up? It's like, my goodness, y'all. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Sound like now today, a lot of people just can't stand on, you know, their reality. You know what I'm saying? They want things to go a certain way, and then once it goes that way, and they see the reality of that way, now they want to, they want to switch up. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing at the end of the day, be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's like if you affect so many lives, especially, if you in a if you get married, you got kids involved. I mean, if you have any type of business together. I mean, it caused so much of an effect. It's like, I don't know if is it because nowadays we just have way too many options. We have too many things getting exposed to way too much. Maybe that's the issue. I mean, I don't know. That's the part of the game I can't quite figure out, because it's like I only could imagine what folks back in the days used to deal with. You know what I mean? In today's era, I feel like as humans, we get exposed to so much information. I think sometimes it actually works against you, because now you get too curious, you know, or you just feel like, oh, I don't have to accept this. But at the same time, sometimes you have to accept things that you truly, I personally feel like sometimes you have to accept things that you may not truly want, but it's better for you. You know what I mean? But because in today's era you have so many options, I feel like some people just get too wrapped up in all the different options and not paying attention to what's right in front of you and what's good for you. You feel me? It's like, man, so I don't know if all this access is a good thing long term wise. You know what I'm saying? But I could, that's my thought, man. You feel me? I could be wrong. Somebody let me know. You know what I mean? But I just personally feel like sometimes I think it's kind of like this. You know how you can go to, a restaurant, and some restaurants, they keep their menu real simple. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they keep a menu real simple, and a lot of people love going to that restaurant, and the menu is simple. It doesn't have a whole bunch of different items you can choose. You know what I'm saying? And some people, that some restaurants that have lines way out the door where people will keep coming back to that particular restaurant, and they have a simple menu. Now you go to a different restaurant where they got a million items on the on the menu, but that doesn't mean those items actually taste good. They just provide a lot of items, but the quality is not the same. You feel me? You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, man. Okay, what we got here, Lisa. Okay, you say I can't say for certain, but it seems like if a woman is questioning him about his whereabouts, she's not sure he's working and not doing something else. Well, let's think. Let's discuss that. Why would she automatically think he's doing something else, though? What if this man is a doctor? You know what I'm saying? What if this man works at a doctor, work as a doctor, and he doesn't keep a cell phone on him all the time? You know what I mean? It's not so much of cheating. That I think that's you missing a point on there. It's not so much of him doing something else. The thing I'm really talking about is that you meet a person, right? Y'all start to get to know each other. You find out this person, let's say a doctor, right? They're a traveling doctor, right? So this doctor you meet, they travel state to state. You know what I mean? He makes real good money, and you get excited about that. You feel what I'm saying, Lisa? It's not so much about cheating. That's really not the point here. So you meet this guy. He's a mobile doctor, and you attracted to him. You feel me? And you like, man, I like how so driven he is. You know what I'm saying? You like the fact that he's a mobile doctor. He go different places. He sometimes you go with him. Sometimes you don't. But what I'm saying is that same. But even years down the line, you may have kids, right? But his profession is being a mobile doctor. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what he went to school for. That's what he really wanted to do. And you were good with that when you first started the relationship. But over the years, maybe you had kids, maybe you got a business together, right? But this is his first passion. This is what he loved to do. And that was the thing you were attracted to him about, right? But later on, as time go on, now that same attraction, now you have a problem with, because sometimes you have to leave for a week or two to go to a different state to work in a different hospital or something like that. Now you having problems in a relationship because you don't like the fact that he's a mobile doctor now. But remember when you first started dating, when y'all first got together, you feel me? You were attracted to that. So that's basically what I'm saying. If you following me. That's the point. You say so, but why would she question him if he knows he's working? Well, that's the problem. That's the thing, and that's my whole point. So later, see, what I'm saying is, and this is coming from a few guys I work with that's dealing with this type of situation where I know a couple of guys, they end up marrying their partner, right? They had a couple of kids, but the job that they do where they make real good money at is a demanding job. So they don't get off at a regular 9 to 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? They may work later. Sometimes they get off earlier, but the job is very demanding. So it's like the same thing that was attracting the partner in the relationship later on, only for years later, for that same thing to be a problem, because now it was exciting in the beginning, but now it's not so exciting because the reality is the woman is at home more than the man is, but the man is the one that's providing everything for the house. You feel what I'm saying now? There are some good straight men left, just not many. Oh my goodness. That's how you feel, Queen? I mean, I kind of agree with you a little bit too, though. I will say that, though. You know, I mean, the game is cold. I personally feel like this is the other part I feel about what I'm saying is that I feel like not all women, but some women feel like they can change the man. You know what I mean? Like if that man is a driven man, he works hard, he work a lot of hours. Some women feel like, maybe sexually I can seduce him good enough where, he might want to switch up things. He might want to change up things, but not for every man that doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Especially if this is a dream of theirs, something they've been wanting to do their whole life, and they finally got to a position where they can be able to, you know, live a certain type of lifestyle, and still be able to take care of home, or just be able to provide at a higher level where the home is taken care of, even if the wife want to work or the lady want to work, even if she has a career. It's a certain lifestyle they can live because of the position he in. And then of course if she has a certain position in life, that's cool too. But all I'm saying is, why is it that in some relationships you be attracted for a person hard work and their desire to want more in life, only for that same desire and want more in life to be a problem later on in a relationship? I know a lot of guys that's going through divorces of that, where the woman is saying you work too much. They didn't have 3 4 kids, now she want to get a divorce because the man worked too many hours, but she was attracted to that when they first got together. So why is that a problem later on in life? Is the reality the fact that y'all done, got a business or you have kids now, and now the woman is looking at the reality like, boom, I'm the one that's have to nurture the house more than the man, and all the man have to do is go to work and pay the bills. I don't know if I like that setting anymore. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, you said, well, it makes no sense. If she knows he's working to provide a lifestyle, she need to find someone to do. She needs to find something to do in his absence. Well, that's funny you say that, Lisa, because some women, When a man is absent like that, they find other men to fill in that absentee ballot. You feel me? Some women find a dude that's less than the guy that's providing a certain lifestyle. They will find somebody that's less than that person to fill in that void, only for it to be the thing that even break the relationship up later on. You feel me? Yeah. You said, Lisa, I don't believe him working is the real problem. Wow. Okay. See, now we talking. Now we talking. See, now you talking. To me, I'm feeling you, Lisa, on your comment right there. I think that's a good example. I think that's a great answer right there. The working really wasn't the problem. It's something else. She wasn't really for him. Yep. Yeah. I believe that too. I believe that too. I agree with you, Lisa, on that one. I think because, like I said, it's not about the cheating aspect. That's not so much of it. I mean, it comes into it at some point, I'm pretty sure, but in the beginning phase, it's not the cheating. It's not necessarily about cheating. You feel me? It's more so of just what you said. She's not really for him, meaning the thing that she was attracted to from him, it wasn't real. It was more of a thrill then. That's the way I take it. It was more of a thrill. He was exciting because of the lifestyle, and that's not really what she was about. So you telling me she was just a bum chick? You know what I'm saying? She didn't really want nothing in life. She just liked the thrill. you know, I just think it's sad at the same time because it's like you will build something with somebody, right? Thinking that y'all both on the same accord, thinking that, yeah, you're gonna have problems, but at the end of this thing, we still gonna find a way to make this work together. Only for it to be something that's never was real to begin with. Yeah, she wasn't, yeah, was not serious about him or the relationship. Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, I think so. I think so. You know, it sucks because you have people that have kids together. I know a couple guys got business together. I mean, they have so many other ties, and then only for it to end. So you know, I don't know if you want to say recklessly, but just it just ends on such a bad chord. You know what I mean? It seemed like it's just like wow, a lot of this could have been prevented if you would just kept it real. You know what I mean? It could have been prevented way before it got to this point. It could have just been a hookup or a kick it phase, and both parties could have just split and went their separate ways, as opposed to building something only for it to crumbling later on in life, and then there's so much damage that's done when all of that could have been prevented. Because, like I said, you know who the man was when you got with him, but you still chose what you chose, only for that to be a problem later on when, like you said, and it proves that she really wasn't for him. Yeah. You know? Yeah, but I know a lot of good dudes, man. You'd be surprised. That's why, the way they pump things on social media, I don't really pay attention to it, because I know I work with a lot of guys that make good money, and the stories are kind of the same. You know what I'm saying? They all kind of same. It always come either the woman, she accepts the man for how he is, or the woman later on in life come back and be like, I don't like this lifestyle. But the crazy part about this, right? Let's say they do break up, but they got kids together. Sometimes not all women, because I'm not here to bash all women. That's not what this is about. We just having a discussion about experience, right? Some women, they don't want the lifestyle with the man, but they have kids together, but she makes sure she get that child support though. She makes sure she get the child support and then choose a dude that's not even on the level of the baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that make even less money, but maybe they're giving them the sexually. She probably getting all the, you feel me, getting everything she need out of it while the baby daddy is the one paying for everything. My goodness, man. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's not bashing. It's just having a real conversation, a real game. Yeah, you say you hate to hear that because I don't play about relationships, love, or family. Is not a game. Yep. Pun intended. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you. I just think, overall, I guess my whole point is, or how I feel about it is that I just think a lot of people just need to be real with themselves instead of just looking at the excitement. But I know that's hard to do for a lot of people. You want the excitement, but then when the reality kick in and you see what the lifestyle is, or you see if you stay in this relationship, you see, things that you really didn't want, but they were good. They felt good at a certain point in time. You know what I mean? But I do agree with what you said earlier. I just, she really wasn't into him like that. And my whole thing is, in that case, why they have kids together? Why do they get married? You know what I mean? And only for later on in life, you'd be like, oh, I want a divorce. This is not the lifestyle I really want. But give me the child support for the kids, though. You know what I mean? you know, I'm not about money, but you steady trying to take me to court for money, though. You know what I mean? And that's some of the guys I know work with deal with situations like that. And I'm like, wow. And it's not about, him cheating. It wasn't him cheating. It was just more so of, like you said, she wasn't really into him like that. Or once she seen what the results of the lifestyle, what it was really in detail of, that's when you're like, oh, this is too much work for me. I don't know if I really want to do this anymore. Sad, you know? Because just think about, uh, you know, you think about like a doctor, like I mentioned earlier, a doctor makes very good money. But if you really break down a doctor, they on call 24 hours a day. Especially like a person that does surgeries, a doctor that specializes in doing surgeries for children or something like that. When they're on vacation, they're on vacation. But outside of that, they're on call 24 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? But that doctor can be making 2 million a year, 4 million a year, depending on, what type of surgeries they do. You know what I'm saying? But uh, now you got to ask yourself, can you handle being married or being in a committed relationship with somebody like that? Because the money is good, but the reality of the relationship is that you're going to have some nights where he has to leave and go to work. You feel me? He might be at the hospital for a day or two before he come back home. You know what I mean? Y'all might have had plans to go out that night, but he got to go do a surgery on a little kid. You know what I'm saying? That just was in a bad car accident. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, this really don't have nothing to do with cheating. It's more so of a lifestyle, is what I'm talking about. What's up, Christy? Say, hey, y'all, I'm allowed here. Yeah, you absolutely allowed here. It's all good. We just chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? Having a conversation about why do Why do some people, mostly women, not all, they like a certain lifestyle, but then once you find out what comes with it, now it's like, I don't want it anymore. And I was just making an example about, if you married or if you in a committed relationship, like with a doctor, a surgeon, a doctor that maybe do surgeries on little kids, you know what I mean? Specialize in doing surgeries on children. And what I've come to find with the type of profession I'm in, a lot of guys I work with, they having a lot of issues in their marriage or in relationships because the money is great, but their job is very demanding. And so a lot of them are going through divorces or the wife cheating on them. And a lot of times it's with somebody that's not even close to being on a husband or on a baby daddy level. You feel me? So I'm just saying, why is that? You know what I mean? He said, "Oh yeah, okay, you can talk about some questions. I haven't been in a serious relationship like what you guys are talking about, and I can speak on behalf of girls." Okay, it's getting there. Definitely more of it. Yeah, I get it. There's definitely more to it. Yeah, but my thing is, nah, it's a couple. No, we got definitely got a few girls up in here for sure. You're not the only one. I think I'm probably the only guy up in here. I'll tell you that. I'm probably the only fella up in here for sure right now. But I just my whole thing is like, man, why is it though? It's like you want a certain lifestyle, right? It's like you want a guy to make, six figures or 6 figures or more, which is nothing wrong with that. But once you get that and you see what comes with that lifestyle, why does that become a problem later on in the relationship? But I agree, a lot of times it's not necessarily the job, but I agree with Lisa. She was saying earlier, basically saying that it's definitely wasn't the job or the man working as much as he does. She just wasn't really into him like that. You said it becomes a problem. Yeah. Yeah, because what I'm saying is it's like I think some people when they look at a relationship, right? And they see that this person is successful and they're dating a successful person, right? A lot of times I think people get wrapped up in what I call Instagram dreams. You know how you look at an Instagram picture and you see the perfect couple, you see the perfect vacation, you see you know what I mean, the perfect setup. And I call it Instagram dreams because that photo is just a photo. It doesn't give you the backdrop of what that reality is of them being able to take that vacation or having that dream house or having a dream wedding. You feel me? Like somebody had to sacrifice something for them to be able to provide you that visual to make it look so good. So what I'm saying is we talking about the backdrop to any picture that you like or you see a great couple or you see a great vacation. This conversation is kind of the backdrop of those type of things. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, to be honest, the six figure talk started a few years ago online, not in real life. Are these girls seeing a third? Okay, a third of that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the girls, but I can tell you, I know a lot of guys that's making six figures, and they're not celebrities. They're not celebrities. And a lot of the jobs, you'd be surprised on who making six figures in a regular job today. You know, I can tell you that. For the ladies, I'm not sure on, but the guys, I can tell you for sure. There's a lot of guys making, especially where I'm at. I'm in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? So it's expensive to live out here. So for you to live out here, for you to buy property out here, you have to be making close to six figures, if not over six figures in the Bay Area, to be honest with you. Podcast with young minds, no life experience. Yeah. They said a lot of people be wanting these, their own way instead of okay, opposing and working things out for a life. Yeah, I agree with that too, Queen. I agree with that. Working things out like so life can work. Yeah, I think and that's why I was saying earlier in this live that I don't know if it's us, when I say us, just people in general, because we have access to so much information. I feel like a lot of times it actually hurts your relationship. That's my opinion. I think that because we use Google, because we have access to so much information, I think people start to, it's like once you see how your relationship is going or your lifestyle is going, or you see how much work is involved, it's like, I don't have to do that. I don't want to do that anymore. You know what I mean? Because I know I can find somebody that can, if you know what I mean, I can find somebody at any level of life. To me, that's what social media it proves to me. No matter who you are, what you into, you can always find somebody into that. And it's not hard to find. Like if you're a person that like to sit up and smoke weed all day, I'm pretty sure you can find a partner that wouldn't mind doing that all day. You know what I mean? And what I'm saying is I don't know if all that is a good thing because it's too much access to everything. You know what I mean? Like it's really no boundaries on anything in today's era. Whatever you into, whatever you like, it, they have some type of website, a link or something you can go to where you can find people that's into that same exact thing. And so I agree, Lisa. Yeah, social media is confusing. Yeah, it's definitely confusing people because another thing too, what I'm starting to get an understanding on, you know what I'm saying, is that if you're a weak-minded person, this social media thing can definitely warp your brain. You know what I'm saying? You have to be strong-minded because you get access to so much information and different people and how they twist certain things up. If you're not strong mentally, it can really warp your way of thinking or have you believe in something that's not really real. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. Yeah. Well, I'm real. It's not hard to verify me though. You know what I mean? I have a website, SeanBStola.com. My Instagram is the same. You feel me? My Facebook is the same. So yeah, I know I'm real. But I agree though. It is hard to tell. To be honest with you, it's very hard to tell because some of these people are so sick that they will use like a man will use a woman, will use a woman profile picture and have a whole conversation with you. And you don't know if you're talking to a guy or a female online. You know what I'm saying? You being catfished. I mean, it's so many different scams and people just do some crazy things. That's the only part of the game. I love social media, but on the flip side, I don't like it for that type of setting. Where people are just being real shady. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, a lot of time it don't even be no money grab. They're not even scamming you for no cash. They just it's weird, man. That's the crazy part. No, I didn't take it personal. I was just joking, Lisa. I was joking. But yeah, I think overall, but like I said, I am a fan of social media. Just when it's used for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? And some people, man, I don't know what to say. I don't know if people just really lonely in life or just want to try to corrupt people just because. You know what I'm saying? Just because they can. It's horrible, man. It's horrible. But that's why I say maybe if it's just we just giving too much access, but at this point we're not going to slow down. Because every year, so every 6 months to a year, there's a new iPhone, so nothing is going to slow down. It's like I just feel like people just have to learn to adjust and adapt because I call it the digital era. I think after the digital era, we going into the AI era. That's the next phase of it. Right now, we in a digital era, and the next phase, I personally feel like the next big thing is going to be AI. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a robot, whether it's anything. I mean, it's already here, but it's just going to be more advanced at some point. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying. I'm just saying, But I don't get it though. That's the part though. That's the part I don't get. Yeah, I agree. We have to be cautious and aware. Absolutely. And you have to adapt too, though. That's why I said I'm with today's era because I learned to adapt. You know what I mean? I learned how to adapt, how to use different platforms, social medias, different, you know, um, different type of softwares. You know what I'm saying? Editing and how to paste certain things and link them together, how to take two different apps and combine them, the content wise. So you just have to adapt, man. I feel like long as you adapting and you still understanding, I feel like overall you're going to be okay. It's just that once you can adapt, that's when you got to worry. Because we're not, this technology is definitely, it will not slow down. Just think about Bitcoin and all that. Eventually, that's going to be bigger than what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely getting bigger and bigger as the years go on. So, and to me, Bitcoin and that crypto world, that's all part of AI to me. That's all connected because it's data talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to be able to adapt. You don't have to understand it, but you just got to be able to know how to use it when it's necessary. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a part of it, but you got to know what it is, though, and what it's there for. Because just think about it. When I was coming up, I'm in my 40s. So when I was coming up, they had the typewriter. When I eventually did have the computers, I think we got like the first phase of the computers, and it was mostly used for like just basically data entry type things. Now you look at a computer, I mean, it's man, it does so many different things from your cell phone. Remember the flip phones? You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, you can literally have your phone talk to your laptop talk to your iWatch talk to the TV. I mean, come on, man. You know, it's all connected now. Eventually we're going to be walking around like Minority Report with I don't know if you ever seen Minority Report with Tom Cruise in it. And he walked into a store, and the store scanned his eyes and just knew who he was, and pulled up his previous, I believe, oh, would you like to buy a sweater today? And you know what I mean? It started talking, to AI just started talking to you directly, personalized the conversation strictly to you. And so that's pretty much what we head into. If we pretty much already there in so many ways, you know. Oh yeah, that's great, Queen. Yeah, so you're glad your son is studying coding, yeah, for AI bots. Yeah, that's great. That's great. I was just talking to somebody not too long ago about this. With the AI, it's definitely going to take away like your tedious jobs, but just like everything else, somebody has to be able to repair the AI. Somebody has to, like say, do coding for it. Things may malfunction. Somebody has to fix that. So I feel like even with AI being more advanced, they still will need human hands to do, to make sure that it's running properly and correctly, or making adjustments. So there will always be opportunity for employment, but the way, as the future, as we going into the future generation, that opportunity will shift to a different way. Kind of like back in the days when they used to have elevator attendants, they used to have people pumping your gas, and at the gas pumps. I believe they still do in certain states, just for, I guess, to make it convenient for you. But in general, back in the days, they used to have somebody operating, all these different machines and stuff like that. And now today, it's just a push of the button. You feel me? So you got to be able to adapt and adjust, because when something is taken away, another door is open. And that's why, I always talk about, being a hustler in real life, because that's, to me, that's part of hustling in a legitimate way, is where when one door closed, you find another way for you to continue to make money, for you to continue to eat. You know what I'm saying? And we all do that in different ways. Whether you go to school for it, you know, you go to some type of vocational school, or something that you're doing to help give you that advantage. So once that opportunity comes to you, you are able to crush it, and take full advantage of the opportunity. You know what I mean? So that's part of the game of life. You got to be able to adapt. You have to be able to adapt. We can't sit here and worry about. That's why, for me, I don't really talk about a lot of old school stuff. I mean, I'll talk about it if it makes sense in the conversation, but I'm trying to adapt to what's going on today. You feel me? Yesterday is yesterday. That's cool. But what's popping today? You know what I mean? I need to be in tuned. You feel me? Because nothing is slowing down. For anything, it's being sped up. And like I said, even with kids today, I mean, they pretty much, soon as they can touch a screen, they're already working the tablets, the laptops. You know what I'm saying? The iPads. My 6-year old, uh, in kindergarten, they gave her a laptop in kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? In kindergarten, they giving out laptops. At least the school that my daughter goes to. You feel me? In kindergarten. I'm just saying, man. So you have to be able to adapt. You know what I mean? But I just think overall, though, I think a lot of people is just, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we just getting access to too much. I mean, but maybe long term is better that way, though. You know? Maybe that's a good thing for future reference. You know what I'm saying? Because we have access to all the information, I guess that leaves less room to make excuses. You feel me? Because if you don't know something, you can Google it. You can go to YouTube for it. You want to fix something, you can go to YouTube and pull up a video. You know what I mean? Yep, exactly. You stay up to date. Absolutely. I mean, another thing too, and this happened to me, my car, the way that for me to change my headlamps, on the front of the car, the light, the headlight lamp, I you have to take the bumper off to change the headlamp. I'm like, what the? And I have had multiple cars. I hadn't had a Mercedes. I mean, I ain't trying to brag or nothing, but I had a Mercedes. I had a Charger. You know what I'm saying? And now the car I have now, I've had it for a while. A Ford Fusion. You have to take the freaking front bumper off to change the light bulb in the headlights. I'm like, why would they make this car like this? That doesn't make sense. But yeah. So for those who have a Ford Fusion, 2013 and up, you have to take the front bumper off to change the light bulb. Ridiculous. If you don't believe me, go to YouTube and search and put in Ford Fusion 2013 and up, how to change a light bulb, the headlamp, how to change the headlamp, and you will see that it will say you have to take the bumper off. That's crazy. It's like somebody forgot when they was putting the car together and say, "Oh, you, excuse me." They said, "Oh man, oh we forgot to put the lights in. Take the bumper off." You feel me? Like my goodness, man. I'm in. Speaking of that too, I'm in the process. I'm waiting to next year, but I'm looking to definitely do a new car purchase. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna get though. I was looking at either getting another Charger or I was thinking about the Mercedes. I'm trying to figure it out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And make sure y'all subscribe because I will be showing that on my YouTube channel. Uh, what car I'm gonna get? Because Sean B. Stoller, we don't pump fake over here. You feel me? If I say I'm gonna do something, oh, I'm gonna show the receipt. Please believe that. But I'm trying to figure it out though. But I'm just saying, y'all. Back to the topic. I know we went on a couple of different ways, sideways. Now we got to bring it back, y'all. So why is that though? Why is it some people want a driven person? They want a person that has goals, ambitions, only for those goals and ambitions to be a problem later on in the relationship. Why is that? That's the thing I can't get an understanding of or wrap my head around. Why is that such an issue later on in a relationship? Excuse me. You know what I mean? That's the part that trips me out because it's like I thought the whole goal here is to have a person to be ambitious or driven or want more in life. I thought that was part of I thought that was part of the goal. You know what I mean? So I don't know, y'all. You know what I mean? But the only thing I can tell you is this, though. No matter what you choose to do in life, man, make sure you choose wisely and you choose based on what you really believe in. You know what I mean? Because I feel like too many people are choosing things because either it looked good or you just curious. but knowing, but at the end, but deep down inside, this is not something you truly want, but you only doing it because it may look good at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I would say go with what you truly want as opposed to just going for a thrill at the moment. You feel me? Yeah. First, you have to trust that person. I never heard of that. With two grown, let's see, stable-minded adults. I mean, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's something in the water or what, but I've been, like I said, I know a few people, adults, grown adults too, not somebody in their early 20s. These are people I'm talking about late 30s, 40s, where they just, it's like they didn't had kids, they haven't gotten married, only for that to be a problem later on. It's like, I guess some people have an idea on how they see how a marriage supposed to go or how a relationship long term supposed to go, and then once you get to that long term point and you look back on how your life been going, and some people be like, man, I don't like this lifestyle. You know what I mean? The money great, but I don't know if I really like this. And I'm saying is that because you have access to so much information in today's era? You know what I mean? Is that because pretty much whatever type of lifestyle that you want to have or have a desire or quite curious to have, it's always somewhere online you can go to for somebody to, be into whatever you into. So what I'm saying is maybe it's just us in general having too much access to too much information. Can that be part of the problem as well? You know? Like I said, I don't have all the answers, but I'm just curious to see what y'all think about it as well. You know, but I tend to hear these type of stories in today's era than in yesterday's era. You know what I'm saying? I feel, and I'm thinking that maybe because you can Google everything, or you know what I mean, you can find some type of link, website, individuals that would be into whatever your lifestyle is. Maybe that's the problem too, because it's just too much access. You know what I mean? Can that be the problem? I don't know. That's the question I'm leaving to y'all. You feel me? Yeah, I agree with that too. People better take some time to figure out if the grass is greener on the other side. But this is the thing. This is the thing. See, I don't necessarily agree with this because in order for you to know the difference of the grass, you basically got to try all different grasses, right? But why would you need to know if the grass is greener on the other side if you already on one side? You know what I mean? So I feel like if you're gonna be that type of person, then don't commit to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Don't get into a serious relationship with somebody. You know what I mean? But it all goes back to you being honest, right? And it seemed like that's what a lot of people don't want to do. They want to get into something, figure out if they like it or not. But in the process of them figuring out if they like it or not, you might have kids, you may get married. You feel me? You might be in a long committed relationship, you may be business involved. Like you do all the other things that comes with it only for it to be a problem later on. So with that logic of thinking, Lisa, what you're saying, instead of saying the grass is green, figure out what grass is greener. It should be more of, let me be open. We can talk, but I don't want to be committed to you because I don't know what I truly want at this time. You feel me? Because then you not leading. Because my whole thing is, a lot of people be leading people on to make them believe a certain thing about them when that's not their real true desire or what they really want. That's where that good guy get taken advantage of statement comes in. When good guys finish last, that's kind of these type of situations where some women would choose a good guy for right now. You know what I mean? And either for them to either get in position, financially, or they find another dude that they really wanted to be with, but you feel me? But now you breaking somebody's heart in the process, or you destroying a home in the process because you truly didn't want that. But it was good to you at the time of when you needed it. But you would know that's not who you really wanted to be with. You feel what I'm saying? So instead of them saying, oh, it's the job that's the problem, no, like you said earlier, they really wasn't really into him like that, but it was just maybe something to do in that time. I guess that's the definition of being on demon time, huh? You feel me? Is that what that means? Yeah, trusting is very hard to yeah to do, but you need to be able to leave home and come back with no problems, no matter how much, no matter how much you make. True, I agree. I agree. All I'm saying is, it all goes back to, once you meet a person, you see what type of lifestyle they are. If you know you don't want that lifestyle, or if you feel like that's not really the lifestyle to you that you want to have, why continue that with somebody that you know that's not what you really want? You know what I mean? But a lot of people will accept a certain lifestyle because it come with benefits, you know, especially when you talk about financial benefits, right? Yeah. You said no, I meant that for people leaving, would they have seeking something else? Yeah. Um I think that I feel like in general, people when they leave like that, especially when you leave in a marriage or a long committed relationship, or I just feel like a lot of times that's not something they really wanted. They just maybe accepted it because they knew it was security there. And then once they got to a better place, whether it's mentally or financially, now they can really live their truth. But now look at all this, look at all the people that's affected because of you not being true to yourself. And now you done caused all these ripple effects in other people's lives negatively because you was being selfish. Let's be honest. You're being selfish. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, it seems like a lot of people love to be selfish. All right. And that's in a relationship, that's in a marriage. Doesn't even matter. You know, that's that issue. Finance, yeah. Finances, people like to say too much. Yeah. Yeah, I think, I mean, because let's be honest, the money really doesn't fix anything. But what it does, it coats, it kind of put a blanket, or you're able to cover up certain things for a while. But just like everything else, eventually, if that's not something that really interests you or something that's you're not really driven by, it's only a matter of time. You know what I mean? It's just like if somebody is, good in the bed to you. You feel me? If somebody is, what I mean, getting you where you need to be sexually, if that's the only thing they're able to provide for you, eventually you're going to get tired of it because eventually the rent, your mortgage, your PG&E bill, you're going to need food in the refrigerator, and all they got is hard D and bubble gum. Eventually, that ain't gonna work after a while. You know what I mean? That thrill would be cool, but once reality kick in, it really that ain't gonna drive you that much. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people make those mistakes, not just in the sexual base, but in relationships based on finances, the same thing. We all like, when I say drugs, we all love drugs. But what I mean by that, I'm not talking about somebody using illegal drugs. A drug can be sex, a drug can be money, a drug can be, I like a person looking a certain way. You know what I mean? And sometimes some people only look at the thing that they like until they have to deal with the reality of everything else that comes with it. And what I'm saying is, why wait until later on and be real with yourself up front? Because once you get in a relationship with somebody, now you're not just affecting yourself. Then you add kids into that. Now you're not only affecting the person that you was in a relationship with, you now affecting your family, your kids' lives. And that's what I call being selfish. Because now you about to break up a whole happy home, or not even a happy home, but you about to break up a home when you know that's not truly what you wanted from the jump anyway. But because this person had all this access to resources or finances, you were accepting that because you like the lifestyle, but you didn't really like what really came with it. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure y'all smash up them likes, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. We just chopping up good game tonight. I know it's late night, early morning for those, but hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We just chopping it up. I really didn't want to do no hot topics. It really wasn't too many topics I want to chop up anyway. So I was like, let me just get on here. We just chop up, some good game on the mic tonight. Hey, man, sometimes it's good to do that. We ain't got to talk about nobody topics, man. Let's just keep it right here. You feel me? But I'm just saying in general. And even for now, I was saying this for the ladies too, for the guys, it's the same thing. A lot of guys, because a woman look good, they'll bypass her mentality. You know what I mean? How she talked to you. A lot of guys make that mistake too. She got a fat ass. You feel me? She got that gob gob 3000. You know what I mean? And now you not paying attention. She don't know how to cook. You know what I mean? She not good with the kids. You feel me? She's not good at anything else. But that thrill you getting from her, that's the most exciting thing. And then you have to deal with the reality. And if you mess around and have a baby with this person, and now you like, man, this woman is crazy. You feel me? So some of you guys too, man, the fellas, y'all ain't no good either, man. You know what I'm saying? That woman was crazy before you even considered, having kids with this woman, man. But you went ahead and did it anyway because she had a fat, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? She had a apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. The whole club was looking at her. You feel me? That's the guys up in there like in the club like that. You feel me? Looking for those types. Didn't know she was crazy, bro. You knew she was crazy, but you was like, man, she got a fat ass, man. Man, she look good. But the woman is crazy, bro. What are you doing? But nah, but seriously. Yeah, it actually happened all the time. I, I seen it all the time. Or, you know, the man would be like, man, just one of them nights, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, bro. You tripping. And so the fellas definitely, it's not just the ladies, it's the guys too. It's definitely the guys too. The women, I'm not putting the blame on all the women. Some of these dudes, you know what I'm saying, they be simping out. And once the woman whip it on them, you know how some of y'all ladies be. Some of y'all are very talented. I will say it like that. Some of y'all ladies are very talented in the bed, okay? Or not in the bed. It could be in all different places. Cars, public bathrooms, okay, at the beach, okay, and at your mama house. You feel me? You know what I mean? All these different places y'all like to, you know what I mean? To do what you like to do, okay? But yeah, a lot of these guys, you know what I'm saying? They, y'all ladies whipping on them in a certain type of way, and now they don't know what to do. You feel me? They don't know which way is up or down, okay? Because y'all done laid it on them so tough. Now you feel me? That's why some of these dudes be going crazy on y'all, because they, you know what I mean? They ain't had it like that. You feel me? And then let alone if y'all got that Aquafina, you know what I'm saying? You got the Aquafina, and some of these dudes ain't used to that. That's when them dudes be out here crazy, 2, 3 in the morning, knocking at your door, at your window. You up? Hey, you up? Let me in. Like, it's like 2 in the morning. How the hell? I'm in the penthouse on the top floor. How the hell you get to my window? You feel me? you know? So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, y'all gotta be careful too, ladies, man. I can't just whip it on all of them, okay? That's why I say, man, sometimes people be getting access to too much, and people want to just spread their love around too freely, okay? Sometimes you need to be limited on giving up the access. You feel what I'm saying? Because you don't know what you're gonna get when you open up that box. Because some of these boxes is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Some of these folks is real crazy out here. Just because they got a 6 pack, you feel me? Some of y'all ladies be going crazy for the dudes with the 6 pack. Just got a 6 pack doesn't mean he ain't crazy, okay? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Some of these folks out here is really crazy. You knew that dude was crazy. His mama told you when you used to go over there and visit him at his mama house. His mama was telling you how he had to take these pills to keep his attitude down. Because if he don't take these pills, and you know what I'm saying, he gonna get the flashing on you. And yeah, I just went ahead and did it anyway, okay? Because he had that curly hair. You know what I mean? Just saying, man. Just saying. Smash up them likes, y'all. Smash up them likes. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm saying. I speak in code a little bit because YouTube be tripping off certain content, okay? And I'm trying to stay monetized. But y'all know what I'm saying. But I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Sometimes you got to know your powers too. To y'all, to the ladies out there, y'all got to know y'all got the power, man. And you don't supposed to, that's why you don't supposed to give it up to everybody. I know in today's culture, everything is so fluent and free, but y'all gotta understand, you know what I mean? For y'all super talented ladies out there, y'all can't be giving it up to everybody because somebody gonna be trying to do something crazy to you because they ain't never had it like that, or they don't know how to handle that type of movement, okay? You know what I mean? Everything ain't for everybody. I'm just saying. Just know Sean B. Stoller tried to tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm telling you. Some of these folks, they, you know what I'm saying? They get whipped and get it whipped on them, and now they don't know what to do. They don't know if they want to work no more. They want to stay at the house all day. And I'm the type, man, at some point you gotta go. I mean, we'd had a good time, you know what I'm saying? Uh, you gotta eventually leave the palace, okay? I know I got a nice place. My layout is nice. You feel me? I got a TV in every room. You understand me? And my layout is nice, but eventually you gotta go home, lady. You feel me? You got to go home at some point in time. You feel me? But nah, I'm just saying now. You know, but I'll say this though. I think that it is kind of sad though that, from a guy perspective, how you can have a man that's so driven that want to provide for the house, to want to be, the man of the house, okay? Only for that to be something you want. And then once you get it, you see what the lifestyle is. Now you don't want to deal with it. And I think that's difficult for a man to accept when a woman does that. I ain't talking about no little boys. We ain't talking about the ones who like to hit it and dash. That ain't who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the guys who really want to be there, be committed in a relationship, only for the woman to say, this is not what I really wanted. And it's like, whoa, like, how did we get to this point? I thought we was building something. I thought we was building a union together. Only for that to be the same thing, or the same, that it's like you work hard to build something only for you to build something that nobody else want but you. You know? And I think that doesn't get talked about enough when you talk about man and woman relationship, Because the core of my channel, I don't talk broke talk. If you really watch my videos, I don't talk about struggling all the time. I talk about building yourself up, building something for yourself. If you have kids, family, leaving something, you know what I mean? Like, I talk from that point of view, because that's who I really am as a man. You know what I mean? I don't believe a man should not be a provider. I definitely think men should be able to provide. That's the whole point of you calling yourself a man. And to me, you're a little boy if you can't provide, and at least provide for yourself at the minimum. And if you have kids or in a relationship, you have to provide. I ain't saying you got to pay for every single thing, but if that comes to a point, that's the man role. I believe that, you know. May take you a while to get to that level, but once you get to that level, that should be something that a man should want to be or desire to be. You feel what I'm saying? So my whole point of saying that is that once a man get to that point, or he building himself up to that point, only for his partner to tell him that this is not what I really want, that crushes a man ego. That crushes a man's spirit in a little, to a degree, because it's like, what you think I was doing this for? I wasn't out here cheating. I wasn't sleeping around on you. And now you telling me this is the lifestyle you don't want? And we done got kids. We have a business. We might have bought a house together. You feel me? Been together for a long period of time. Because regardless of what they say on the internet, not every man out here is cheating. Not every man out here is trying to get over on every woman that they meet. You know what I'm saying? That's not real. If you want to talk about social media and what's real and what's not, that statement is not real for every man. You know what I'm saying? There are real stand-up men that's still out here. They may be far and few to find, but they still out here. You feel me? And I think that from my point of view, from the man point of view, that's the thing that crushes a man's spirit, because it's like, damn, like, you got with me knowing who I was. I told you who I was. I never lied to you, in the sense of, I'm a hardworking man. I'm driven. I have goals for my life, and I want you to be a part of that with me. And at the beginning stage, you're okay with it. Then later on in a relationship, only for that to be the same problem in the relationship, like, make that make sense. You feel me? So I don't know. And my question is, it's a little thing I said even on my ex account. I say that, why is that? You know what I'm saying? Why is it that you want a man to make a certain amount of money, or have a certain type of lifestyle, or building up to have a certain type of lifestyle, only for that lifestyle to be the same issue later on in the relationship? And like Lisa was saying earlier, that's probably the woman that really is not meant to be with that man, basically. But you will be with them when you in need. You will be with them when they're providing something that you don't have, only for you to get in position to turn around and say, oh, I don't want this. You know what I mean? So what happens to the man in that situation? How does the man bounce back? And see, that's, to me, that's when some guys, I feel like that's when they start being hard on women, because it's like, I was a provider. You know what I mean? I was doing everything I was supposed to do, only for you to want to leave me or be with somebody that's less than me. And to y'all ladies, that I gotta tell y'all from the man point of view, if you want to crush a real man, that's the most hurt thing you can do to a man, is where you have this guy that's real driven and desire so much in life and achieving things in life, whether it's in a financial gain, and then only for you to leave that man for somebody that's less than him. That crushes a man's ego. Just to let y'all know, if you didn't know, Sean B. Stoll is giving y'all the game. That crushes a real man ego when you leave him or cheat on him with somebody that's not even on his level. It's like, damn, what was I working that hard for? I should just bought you a sack of weed, you feel me, and a couple of Swisher Sweets and a Henny bottle, and I could have saved about 10 years of my life. You feel me? So I'm just saying, y'all. And I know not every woman is like this. I'm not saying every woman is this way, but for those who have done that or are about to do that, if you're trying to crush a real man, that's one way you can do it. Unfortunately, you know, just saying. You know what I'm saying? And this is how you get the future types. You know what I'm saying? This is how you get them types that be like, man, I'm just gonna keep it player. You feel me? Unfortunately. Yeah, so they got an under layer for that situation to happen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has to be an under layer, but a lot of times, I think, just in general, right? I think a lot of it has to do with people not being real with themselves. Like I said, they keep going back to the same thing. You know, a lot of times the underlying issue, in my opinion, it'd be that people are just not being real with themselves. They see an opportunity, man or woman, they see an opportunity and they take it. And then it gets to a point where they can't hold back their true feelings anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that's when it comes out, good or bad. And what I'm saying is, instead of going through that whole phase, that whole situation, just be upfront and real with yourself at the beginning and make a decision. because that's what a man is taught to do. A lot of men will stay in a bad relationship because of the kids. Did you know that? A lot of men will do that. How many women will do that though? Is the question. You know? I've been if you really think about it, right? If you really break it down, when you think about overall, I want to know. I don't know the statistic directly. I don't know how real it is, even when you Google it. But I'm gonna do a guesstimation. I think in a long term relationship, who mostly leave the most, the guy or the woman? Like if you was in a relationship, let's say for 10 years, who's most likely to leave the relationship, the man or the woman? I would say the woman will more than the men. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna do a guesstimation. Yeah, see, at least you just said it. Yep, some men, yep. Yes, some men will stay, especially if they have one if they especially if he's the one making it bad. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but just in general, they always make it seem like the man is the one who leave the relationship. But I bet you if they can make a real survey, because I don't be believing a lot of these surveys, to be honest with y'all. I believe some of these surveys are not accurate enough. But I think in general, from the people that I'm around, the people who I'm around, especially a lot of guys I work with, it's mostly the women that's leaving them from the marriage, the relationship, you know. It's mostly the women that's leaving before the men will. Yep, you said you agree. Yep, a woman will leave. Yep, first. Yep, I agree with that. So, would you say with that being said, right? So that to me, the way I take this, right, is that the man actually loves more than the woman do. Because that got to be love for you to stick around when you know that this relationship is not healthy, but because of the kids, because of the long history, because y'all may have built something together like a house, or you feel me, you didn't been together so long. A lot of guys, from my experience and the people around me, they don't want to just quickly leave that relationship. Now, I'm not saying they won't cheat. I'm not saying that, you know what I mean? They won't step out, but they still will come home. And sometimes I'm not saying it's okay to do that, but in a way, I kind of respect it because if you got kids or something like that, I just think that I'm not saying that it's okay, but sometimes just think about, you know what it is? I think more so of back in the days, I'm pretty sure they was cheating. The husbands and the wives probably was cheating, even a lot back then. They just didn't have social media, but they made sure that they kept the family together. I still think that means something, because I just feel like once you start having kids, it's bigger than you at some point. People don't want to accept that reality, but I think that's the reality sometimes. You know, it's not just about your personal feelings anymore. You know, because the kids get affected. A lot of times, the kids' behavior change forever. Just imagine you growing up, 8 or 9, 10 years old, and then your parents break up. And all for the last 10 years of your life, that's all you know was mom and dad together. the kids get affected too. And sometimes, a good kid can go bad after that. It's a disconnect. It's a and then they go into the world seeking what was missing at their house in that relationship, and then that's how they get abused, you know? So it's deep, man. It's deeper than what most people willing to accept. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm definitely not a perfect guy either. Don't trust, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm perfect at all. I'm not trying to make this seem perfect for anybody, but just in general, when I think about situations like this and even my own personal experience, I definitely made a lot of mistakes too. So that's why I'm on here giving y'all the game as much as I can. You feel me? 'Cause I'm definitely not a saint in no type of fashion. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, it's very deep. I would say that for sure. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. You said, but she's emotionally been gone. Physically is last. Yeah, the physical is last. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that too. You know, but that also proves to me too, though, that all the stuff they've been telling us about guys, you know what I'm saying, don't have feelings or don't care. That's not a true statement, right? That's not a true statement to say that men don't care or they not that emotional. They are. It's just that it's just shown differently. Most men are not going to just sit and cry in front of you all day. No, but that doesn't mean that they don't have feelings or it doesn't affect them the same way. It's just that the way they react is different. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, hey, what's up, Stephanie? you know, I think that and that's why I said, man, it's a cold game out here, man. All I'm saying is, good or bad, people just need to be honest of who they truly are. Because I think to try to curve some of this, it's important for you, especially a young adult, is to try to find out who you are and what you like. I know that's the hardest thing to figure out, but I think that once you can start being real with yourself, when you starting to get into a relationship with somebody, you will at least be able to figure out what you're looking for. Somebody that's wishy-washy all over the place, me personally, I would never want to be in a relationship with that type of woman. You feel me? We can kick it, we can have a good time, but we can't be serious because you don't even know what you want. You know what I mean? And to be honest, the ones who wishy-washy like that, they probably had the best sex. They probably the ones with the best sex, the ones that's like they don't know what they want to do. But my only point about it is that at least if you could be honest to say, okay, I don't know what I want. I'm not sure on what it is I like. I can respect that more than somebody trying to play a role because it's a good financial gain or it's a good look for the time. Instead of doing that, just be real because most cases, especially in today's era, usually if you be real with somebody, you still may get what you're looking for out of that person. Just a lot of us just don't like being lied to like that. You know what I mean? And if that person is not willing to accept that, you have to accept that as well. You feel me? Not everybody is going to be okay with your program, but at least give them that option. I can tell you from the man point of view, we like to be given the option. I don't want to be That's just like walking into a room and everybody know the secret except for me. It's like my partner would tell everybody or, what they want to tell me, but don't tell me as a man. That's the thing that really makes me mad because it's like, hold up. You telling everybody else what our problem is, but you haven't came and spoke to me first. As a man, that's the worst thing to hear. I hate hearing second information about somebody I'm sleeping in the bed with. You feel me? It's like it's okay for you to be intimate with me, but yet you can't keep it real with me? Like, really? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Make that make sense. Yeah, we said of course men have feelings and care. They have to communicate and express them. No, I agree with that. I agree with that. And that's one side of the man I can agree with you on. It took me a while for me how I'm talking to y'all on this mic. It took me a while to be able to communicate this correctly for years. So I'm definitely not making no excuse, but that's a man problem too though. Because a lot of us don't want to show that vulnerability. We don't want to show that we weak, you know? But at some point in time, a man has to just keep it real too. Got to be like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? This is what's making me mad. This is the issue for me. We need to figure out how we can make this work. You know what I mean? And I agree. Some men are definitely poor communicators, but to shoot them a little bell, I got to do a little bell and I keep it real. A lot of times men show it in their actions and not their words. I know most women are looking for the words, but a lot of guys show it with their actions. So meaning a guy would definitely buy you something if they financially stable. If they're trying to express something, sometimes they express it with gifts. They will express it by doing things for you. Like some guys may have an issue saying I love you all the time, but they will give you roses or send flowers to you, or it'd be some type of physical gesture that they will show you that you mean you are something special to them. Some people get wrapped up with the material things, but a lot of times the material is to show you that that person really cares for you more than just the average. But I will agree though, a lot of men need to communicate how they truly feel a lot more. I agree with you on that. Yeah, you say and women have to listen. Yeah, and to hear and not just respond. Absolutely. Say that again. Say women have to listen to hear, not to just respond. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Whew. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I agree with that because some of y'all ladies, once y'all get mad, y'all don't hear nothing. You just hear those keywords that you want to hear, and you just run with that. You just run with those keywords that you hear, and you forget you didn't pay attention to none of them other words that was being said. I agree with you. Oh my goodness. Sheesh. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. You know, I agree with you on that. I definitely do. You know, and that's why I say, man, that's another reason why to y'all ladies, when y'all know y'all got that good box, you can't be putting it on every man because not every man can be able to communicate well after that. Okay. See, too many people are just giving it up too freely, man, and be wondering why you got them stalker types. You feel me? Be wondering why, man. You know what I'm saying? Things you can't shake certain individuals. They keep popping up everywhere you go. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just think for the man though, I think that it's getting to a point where I feel like we're getting too far from, I don't want to say reality, but it's just too far from like what we truly need. Like we have so much access. I think that because we get so much access, I think it's taken away from our real desires of what we want from our partners. Not everybody is like that, but a lot of them I think are, because it's just too much access. And I just think, a lot of us just got to remember, no matter how advanced we get as people, our basic genetics is still the same. You know what I mean? Like we still like certain things from our woman. We still need certain things from our men. And I feel like it kind of get lost in the sauce a little bit because everything is so accessible. Everything is easy to get access to, you know? It's like how I even mentioned about, a person working too much. It's like, but nothing is getting cheaper. You know what I mean? So somebody has to work. Somebody, and it's another thing too. Whoever said a relationship should be like fair, or not even 50-50, but somebody is going to put in more in the relationship in different areas. Like meaning, if the guy work a lot, that means most likely the woman will be home a lot more than the guy, right? If you have kids, that means the woman is going to be there to nurture the kids more than the dad, right? Just in general, I'm talking about, right? So it's never going to be like an equal playing field, because one parent is going to be, overdoing it in one area, and the other parent will be overdoing it in another area. Like I mentioned about one parent will be working more. So that means the other person is working less, but they're still working, but in a different way, especially if you have kids. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that in today's society, we get so caught up with trying to be equal with each other, but in reality, we never will be. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody has to sacrifice something more than the other. Whether one is sacrificing more time with the kids, the other one is sacrificing going to work more to provide for the whole household. So it's never going to be equal. So it's a give and take type situation. So when people say, "Oh, it need to be equal," there is no such thing as equal in my mind, because one of us is going to have to do more than the other in certain situations. You know, that's why. Give you a better example. Here in America, when you take baby leave, the woman is able to take more time off than the man. A lot of people don't know that. A woman can take baby leave in most jobs. It's not the same for the guy. The guy only get so many weeks, and then he has to go back to work, or it's unpaid. A woman can stay off and get what, FMLA, or these different little programs to help cope, with the financial burden, if that's the case. But for the male, they only get so many weeks, then they have to go to work, or it's non-paid. You know, so I think we need to get away from trying to make everything fair, because it's never going to be fair. Somebody is going to do more in some area than the other. So instead of saying fair, it should be, how can we make this, be a union, how we can make this work together. You feel me? Not so much of fairness, because at some point, it's never going to be fair. One person is going to do in one particular area more than the other, and you have to be okay with it, understanding we both working for the greater good of our relationship, for the family, and for us to be able to cultivate whatever this union that we have together. You feel what I'm saying? You know, man, I'm dropping good game tonight, man. Smash up them likes. Come on, man. You feel me? I'm dropping good game tonight, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you're new to my channel. I'm Sean B. Stoll. All I bring to you is nothing but good game. Okay? We just chopping it up tonight, man. And shout out to a few people in the building. I know it's late night, early morning. Shout out to X. Shout out to Twitch and of course YouTube. I appreciate all y'all. But yeah, it's no such thing as fair. To young ladies, it's no such thing as fair. Somebody is gonna have to do more than the other in one of the categories, whether it's the kids, whether it's working more, staying home more. Uh, it's never a fairness. It's more of a understanding. That should be more of the senses. You feel me? Is having an understanding of what we doing here and why we doing it. You feel me? That should be it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, y'all. But I just personally feel like, it's when it comes to any type of relationship, you're going to have ups and downs, you know. But long as you believe in each other, as long as you both have an understanding of each other, I feel like you can work through almost anything, you know. And but it all comes back to the basics, and that basics is you have to be real with yourself about who you are, what you want, and how you want to build something. You know what I mean? That's the part that both parties have to come into a relationship having that understanding, what they're doing this for or how they can make this thing work together as a group as opposed to me doing me and you doing you and somehow we supposed to be together. How that's supposed to work? It's like a room. That sound more like a roommate situation. You feel me? You know what I mean? So it all comes back to the basics to me, and that's what do you want? How do you see yourself in this relationship? How can we make us together make us make sense? You know? And then do you want this type of relationship? I feel like those should be the type of questions that need to be asked. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want out of this relationship? You feel me? You know, and really just be honest. You got to be honest about it because guess what? If you don't be honest now, in 3 years, 4 years, after having a couple of kids or having property or whatever, marriage, eventually the truth is going to come out. So instead of prolonging that situation, let's deal with it early so we can make a decision if we want to make this make sense together. You feel me? Well, most people don't want to do that because they're looking for some type of gain early on in the relationship, whether it's sexual, financial, or security, right? You know? So I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. But I do appreciate y'all tonight. I'm sipping on here for what, almost 2 hours? Yes, it's be 2 hours. So man, this is a good conversation, man. I really appreciate y'all. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. And definitely shout out to everybody that been here, especially Queen, you one of my regulars. Lisa Lee for show. Yeah. How you say I'm on? Okay, thank you, Queen. Yes, you're on point. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I try to be. Sometimes this is one of them good ones. I like doing these type where we just really just chop it up. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to talk about nobody, no hot topics. We just in here just chopping up good game. I like doing these. Um, you know, I'm just here to try to help. Help you think, help folks think, and if not, or just look at things from a different angle. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the guy perspective gets so diluted or so like it doesn't get talked about enough. And that's why I try to come in here and give to get a grown man point of view. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. I try not to be biased or anything, but it's going to always, of course, come from a man point of view. But I just like for it to be said so people can at least try to get a better understanding. Because I just personally feel like, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, no Diddy tonight. We ain't no talking about no Diddy tonight. No Diddy. But yeah, I just feel like, and this is one of the reasons why I like social media and this type of conversation, because this the topic that's not as popular, but it need to be said. It need to be heard. It need to be said. And this is what I'm really here for, is to try to help bring a different point of view, and also for people to look at things from a different angle as well, because I feel like we all get caught up with our own thoughts and how we see things until you hear somebody else from a different angle that you can relate to. You feel me? So I definitely want to thank y'all tonight for tapping in with me. I really appreciate y'all too. You know what I mean? So I will go live tomorrow. I know I took a couple of days off. It was so busy for me, but I will be live tomorrow. I'm gonna go live a little bit earlier, probably around 8:30 ish, West Coast Pacific Standard Time. So definitely check me out. I will be live tonight. I guess I can say tonight because we're already in Saturday morning. So tonight around 8:30, I'll be going back live for y'all. So make sure y'all tap in with me, and I appreciate y'all. So just know this: life is about choices and decisions. So make your next choice your best decision. I'm Sean B. Stolen. Till next time, y'all. Peace.